America created a law that declared abortion illegal, this number would continue to rise. Why? Because if a woman is so certain that having an abortion is the right course of action for her, in her situation, she will do whatever is necessary to have that abortion, even if it puts herself at risk. It is a sad fact of life. Women do not always want to follow through with an with having a child after an unplanned pregnancy. When the unwanted child is born, there's a good chance that he or she would not receive the same love and care as a desired child. Many of the children may be born into poverty. These children may have deep emotional problems due to the lack of love and some of the necessities of life. The woman may have to raise a child on her own or be forced by circumstances to give the child up for adoption. Currently, it is estimated that there are already over 500,000 orphans in the American foster care system. Laws against abortion are likely to only increase this number of children. Each woman experiences carrying a child and bringing him or her into this world, in their body and in their own unique way. No governmental body can simulate this experience. Therefore, the government should not be allowed to dictate to an individual woman that a medical procedure to abort the fetus is not legal. It is illogical to think that any government, based upon protecting individual freedom, should be allowed to regulate medical procedure involving a life-altering decision. It is unreasonable for any such government to enforce a law prohibiting abortions rather than allowing for individual choice. There are many who believe abortions are wrong, and they are free to have that belief and live their own lives following their own views of right and wrong. But they should not be allowed, nor should they try, to force their beliefs on others. America was itself born out of freedom, and the same freedom of choice should be given to women. Based on what is written in our Constitution, and the idea of which our founding fathers founded this great nation, I believe that abortion should be legal for all women who desire one. Further, I believe that abortion should remain legal until such time that the baby might be able to survive outside of the mother's womb. Specifically, this would be around week 22 of the pregnancy. I believe at this time, abortions may be considered wrong due to the fact that the baby might be able to survive outside of the mother's womb with medical care and therefore represents a viable life. Also, by this time, the baby's sensory and neural nerves have become developed and functional, and they can feel and move, and the skin is nearly developed. Fat in the body is accumulating, and that keeps the body warm. And the intestines have developed enough to digest sugars and other nutrients. However, I do believe that before the 22nd week of the pregnancy, abortion should remain legal since there is no chance of the fetus to survive. Both the neural and nervous systems are underdeveloped and non-functional. The intestines and digestive systems are incapable of digestion, the skin is poorly developed, and there is a minimal amount of fat on the body to keep the baby warm. At this stage, if there were a problem during the pregnancy that threatened the life of the mother, the fetus would not be able to survive, and the doctor would be forced to proceed with an abortion. Laws supporting legal abortions prior to the time when the baby can survive outside the mother's womb, but declaring them illegal after, satisfies both pro-choice and some of the pro-life arguments. If a woman were raped, she would be allowed to receive an abortion. Women with pregnant complications that put their lives at risk are also able to receive an abortion. Women who, due to circumstance, do not desire a child at this point in their lives can receive an abortion and spare the child a difficult life growing up as an orphan or in a poor home environment. I believe that the judgment concerning whether or not the fetus could survive outside of the mother's womb should be left to medical experts and not government officials. The only involvement the government should have is to ensure doctors who perform abortions are properly qualified and abiding by the laws. The government should not be able to regulate and enforce abortion restriction laws based on moral arguments with such varying opinions. But if the choice is given to women and their doctors, it would be far easier to regulate and ensure safety and compliance. I believe that this is the most effective way to approach the issue of whether or not abortion should be legal. And when I am elected to lead this great nation, I would re-implement the virtues and values that our founding fathers built this nation. Virtues and ideals that support freedom for everyone. Thank you.